Good morning, good day, good afternoon, how you going? It's Roger Roadside here saying hello. Listen, hope everyone's well. Look, it's a cracking morning, bloody cold, but it's a cracking morning. Look at this, sun's out, guns out, mayhem on the road. Listen, it's all fun, but I woke up this morning and you just know that you're in the UK when the sun is shining, but it's 2 degrees outside. There's warm butter on your crumpets, and the Labour government does another U-turn. I mean, you just can't. Like, how do you write this stuff? How, like, if you were trying to write some sort of satirical sitcom about a bumbling government that's got no direction or pathway in regards to what they're doing, you couldn't make this stuff up. And I guess who I feel sorry for, and that's sort of the title of this video is how could you be a Labour MP? Honestly, how could you honestly be a Labour MP in this current day and age? Look at that Ranger out in front of us. He's a Ranger. Go Power Rangers. No, but seriously, how could you be a Labour MP in this day and age? You would just be at your wit's end, wouldn't you? I do honestly feel sorry for them. For them to have to go in front of their constituents, for them to have to be wheeled out in front of the press and be that sort of human shield. They're basically like the people in Gaza. They're basically just using their Labour MPs as human shields to sort of deflect and defend their incompatibilities. To have to go out there on a weekly, daily basis, weekly/daily basis, and defend this, these policies, drive home that do the bog standard questioning. Listen, I'll let you in on a bit of a secret, right? My partner does media training, right? So she teaches people, whether they be people that work as what do you call them? They're like, I can't remember the bloody name of them now, but they're people that, they represent your country, but then they'll go and they'll stay over in another country. The ambassadors, they work in the embassies, all that sort of stuff. She'll also work with like sports people. She'll work with a variety of people, and she's very good in regards to various connecting sentences and ways to deflect questions and ways to perhaps touch on a question but then shift your response in regards to things that you want to talk about or that you want to communicate. And I guess because I'm privy to her and because I speak to her about it, it's something that I am extremely aware of. Oh, we've got some sirens. Where are they? Oh, they're in front of us. That's all right. It's kind of like if you work in film, it's kind of like when you see CGI or you see something like that, you're not as impressed as the person who's never seen CGI before and thinks, Superman, they actually have to hire an actor who can fly. But yeah, so if you know how to put spin on something, or if you know the various techniques and the dark arts of it, then when you see it on television, like when I see it on television, I just go, I understand exactly what they're doing. And I don't know if anyone caught Rachel Thieves on, racist Rachel Thieves on radio. No, she wasn't on radio. She was on Good Morning Britain this morning. But again, it's the same diatribe that's been blurted out day in, day out, and that's we inherited a government, we inherited a situation that was a lot worse than what we thought it was. There was millions and millions and millions squandered, and we needed to retrace that. It's the same stuff. It's, the last government stuffed it up, and it's going to take us time to repair it. Well, that's all well and good, and look, I appreciate that. But where I fall down is where you've got no clear path or clear direction or clear understanding of what it is that's important and what to do in regards to fix it. Because you go on, these MPs, these Labour MPs, they go onto the stations, they go onto the radio stations, they go onto the TV stations, they talk about this, they talk about that. They all just generate the same bullshit, really. And I saw what's interesting is I saw racist Rachel Reeves talking about how Labour will be bringing down the mortgage rates. It's all Labour that's bringing it down, isn't it? Oh yes, it's Labour. It's nothing to do with the fact that the banks raised interest rates after we came out of COVID to back to extreme heights, and naturally they will be bringing him down. So it's a natural thing that's occurring. However, I foresee that over the next 6 to 12 months, we'll hear no end from Labour saying that we're bringing mortgage rates down. You haven't done anything to bring mortgage rates down, mate. It's the banks. The banks are bringing it down because we're getting further and further away from the COVID crisis that we had. That's why. So anyway, long story short, how could you be a Labour MP to come out every week and say, this is the right decision. Digital ID is a must. It's a mandatory thing. It'll help stop illegal workers. It will, it'll bring this country back on track. It'll improve the economy. It will make the every stream will be full of gold. It'll rain M&Ms. It's just going to be amazing. And then a few weeks later, guys, thanks so much for going out there and talking the talk and walking the walk. I really appreciate it. But I've decided to not make it mandatory. We're just going to it's just something else that people can have to help prove who they are. It's going to cost us millions, but it's not. The main thing is it's not mandatory, and I think that's a good idea now, because people have said on the polls that they don't like it. It's just, I'm starting to waffle now, and I'm starting to get on, but it's just, I just think it's funny. I think it's funny, and I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for these Labour MPs. How do they wake up every morning and just go, not again? 13th U-turn. This is their 13th U-turn since they've been in power. I think they've been in power 18 months. They're nearly at a U-turn a month. Blimey. Listen, what are your thoughts? Do you continue to have faith in the Labour government? Part of me, every now and again, part of me just sort of sits down and goes, hang on, listen, what if Labour is right? What if what they're doing is actually the right direction? Like, maybe making digital IDs and getting everyone to do that is the right thing to do. How would that work? Sometimes I really try to think about it. And it just never makes sense. It never gets to a point where you go, yeah, that makes sense. Again, I like most people know that the country's been stuffed for quite a long time. It's not just something that's happened since Labour's been in, right? I put my hands up and I say I think they've made it a lot worse, but I also put my hand up and say, listen, I know that you didn't inherit bloody Atlantis or something that was a thriving culture and a thriving society and a thriving economy and all this sort of stuff. You haven't inherited the best thing. I appreciate that, and I think a lot of us do, and I think a lot of us from the start of their power. From the start of it, I think a lot of us were just looking forward to a fresh start and a new start and a new direction, and one that was supposed to be for the people. And it just, for me, it just couldn't be further away from that. And I know that they'll say that they're doing things and stuff like that, but A, I just don't see it, and B, I don't feel it. 100% I don't feel it. My grocery bills have gone up exponentially. My bills have gone up exponentially. Everything's going up. Do you know what isn't going up though? My wages. Do you know what I'm not? I'm not a doctor, or I'm not. I don't work in transport, or I don't work in pubs or anything like that. I just work a normal job. So yeah, listen. What are your thoughts? Do you think that Labour's on the right track? If so, why? And again, if you disagree with anything that I've said, remember that I'm not a journalist, I'm not a professional. This is just what I think as I'm driving around on a glorious day in London. And this is just my opinion, and I acknowledge that I may very well be wrong. And I'd be happy for you to explain to me how various things that maybe Labour are doing, or the fact that they are being agile and coming up with one thing but then realising that it's wrong and then changing direction, maybe that's a good thing. And if that's the case, just put it down in the comments. No need to be a prat, but just put it down in the comments. But listen, thank you very much for all your support lately. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for all the likes and the subscriptions and stuff. Remember, for the rest of this month, all your subscriptions are half price. I'll be paying the other half of the free subscription for you for the next 18 months. So don't worry, I've got you covered. Roger Roadside is Moneybags here. So any of your half of your free subscription, I'll be paying for the next 18 months. So what other YouTubers is offering that? Huh? Is Mr. Beast offering that? No. I saw an article the other day about Mr. Beast saying that even though he's worth billions and billions and billions of pounds, he reckons he doesn't have enough money in his account to buy McDonald's. You're having a laugh, aren't you? Anyway, listen, this is Roger Roadside saying ciao for now. Say good day to your mum for me. Love you long time, and see you on the flip side. Bye!